Islam treats women as second class citizens. Probably the most common complaint against Islam. And my response to this as a highly devoted Muslim is so what? So what if Islam treats women as inferior to men? Or rather, more correctly, so what if Islam treats men as rightfully superior to women? How's it been working out for the Western society since women have been treated as equal to men or even superior? In the past, one man, one father, one husband could support his entire family based on his single income. Then you wanted equality. You wanted men and women to be equal. So you shunned the idea of women being housewives, being mothers, and you forced them. You led this propaganda to encourage them to gain employment. Now, all the employers, all the companies had doubled the number of candidates applying for jobs. So, what did they do? They lowered the salary. Now, it takes two people to work full time to support one family. Women have been forced into employment slavery, minimum wage, working 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, because of this guise of equality. Because of this, women in the Western countries are no longer having children. And by the time they are ready to settle down and have children, it's too late. Their biological clock, their fertility, has expired. What's been happening with relationships since women were started to be treated as equal or inferior to men? Since this propaganda that you should abandon a relationship, abandon marriages at the first issue. People get married under the eyes of God. They make sacred vows. And yet, in the Western Hemisphere, 60% of marriages now end in divorce. Essentially, this contract of marriage is meaningless. Women commit far more adultery and infidelity relative to men. Women are more likely to divorce men. Women are more likely to terminate a non-marriage relationship like boyfriend, girlfriend. Why? Because they've been given the right to. Now, don't get me wrong. Women are able to divorce men under Islam as well, but it's with very specific circumstances. They're not allowed to just terminate the relationship. They have to justify their reasons. They have to go through a proper structured process, one that's focused on keeping the relationship alive, on the husband and wife reconnecting, because divorce is the last option. It is the worst option. It is the option you should only consider when you have literally exhausted everything else. Whereas in the Western world, divorce, termination of relationships is the first option that many people consider. 60% of marriages end in divorce, and these are marriages. What about non-marriage relationships? Those are probably closer to 90%. Think about how many boyfriends or girlfriends the average person nowadays has, how much casual hookups, casual sex, degeneracy they're exposed to. Women in Western countries make OnlyFans, Fansly, the moment they turn 18. They sell their nudes, pictures and videos of them having sex to young men who are poisoned by this degeneracy further. Would this be allowed under Islam? As how strict it is. Do you know why this is happening in the Western countries? It's because you have abandoned your father's religion. Not you, obviously, if you're watching this video. You're actually the ones who have been enlightened, who don't just fall for the propaganda that the government and society imposes on us. But everyone else does. You have been misled this lie that religion is bad for you. Christianity is a beautiful religion. It helped your society in the Western world prosper for hundreds and thousands of years. Why do you think that suddenly now the Western world is declining? It's because the vast general population do not follow the teachings of Christ. You abandoned your father's religion, and then you scratch your heads as to why people are working themselves to death, why women are not having children anymore, why women are going out having hookups and casual sex as early as age 13, why teenagers are now selling pictures of their coochie to a bunch of perverted, old, disgusting men. The cure for this, you've probably figured it out. Reignite your belief. Follow in your fathers and your grandfathers and their grandfathers' footsteps, your ancestors' beliefs, their faith to help them prosper. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, you may dislike the people in them, certain people, certain elements, but these are the religions that stemmed from Abraham. These are God's religions. When you abandon God, you abandon any chance of prosperity. The last thing I want to say is, I live in a Western country. I live in the UK and have done for the past 24, 25 years. Why am I not a degenerate anymore? Why is my marriage not corrupted like everyone else's? It's because I follow the teachings of Islam. I am Muslim. Therefore, I read, I study, and I implement what the Quran taught me. My wife is my legal, spiritual, and sexual property. I own her. She belongs to me. I have a right over her. I decide what she does, when she does it, how she does it. I make all the decisions in our relationship. I take charge and I get things done. Is my wife suffering? Is she a prisoner? No. If you've seen any of my previous videos, my wife lives a 10 out of 10 life. She's able to flourish in her femininity. She's a beautiful, dutiful housewife. Her time is spent not slaving after some other man in a corporate office because she has to work a 9 to 5. Her time is spent dedicated solely to me, and inshallah when we have children very soon. My wife is the happiest wife in the world. She wouldn't change her life or any aspect of it with anyone else. Why? Because I followed my father's religion, something that has helped my people flourish and prosper for hundreds, if not thousands of years.